I'm Bethany, and this is my friend Tito. He is a really incredible man, and so I just wanted to kind of pick his brain about buying homes. When you think of the term financial freedom, or when you think of that idea, what do you think of?
It's really a great question. I think financial freedom truly means that first thing is like money is no longer an issue for you. I think a lot of people, when they think about money, they get like their heartbeat raises like 10 beats per minute, and they're like, oh my gosh. But I think when you think about financial freedom, it's like, I don't have to worry about money anymore, and I'm really comfortable in like the amount of money I make and how I deal with my money. And also that you have some sort of understanding of how you can use your money to either get more money for you currently or in the future.
Do you have any thoughts or hopes or dreams of how to do that?
Yes, I have lots of different tons and tons of different plans. Yeah, I mean, I think that buying a house is buying property, any kind of property, if a house, apartment, whatever it is a great way of doing that. I think investing some of your money in lots of different things, like people will say stock, people will say whatever it might be, or lots of different ways. And I also think just learning how to actually save and live frugally. That doesn't mean living like a pauper, but just meaning like only spending what you need to spend and forgetting about the things that are just like wants and reckless spending.
Yeah, kind of like using the money that you have and the money that you don't have to spend right now towards putting it into something that can continually give you money down the road. Have you thought about having investment property?
This is funny. When I was like 10, I was on Wikipedia, like looking up like all the little castles in the world and stuff. And I was like, Dad, I'm gonna buy a castle for our family. So when we do like family reunions, we all have like a room. And he was like, no, that's why we have hotels. I was like, okay, what if I buy an estate and everybody has their own houses and then we can all live in the same place?
The child's vision of, I think this is possible.
Yeah, this is really possible. Like a $10 million castle just for us.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think, yes, I definitely have thought about investment properties in the future. Especially one like we were talking about previously. It's a great way of having constant revenue. But it's also like, hey, if you never know what you're gonna need in the future. Like let's say, God forbid, you lose a job or something. You're like, hey, I've got this investment property I'm renting out, but we can go live in there whenever I want.
Yeah.
Or if you got someone that has a need, like, hey, I've got this house that like I knew you're in a tough spot, I can help you out through it. So there's definitely lots of different things you can do through that.
It is really cool with investment properties is you can either have a chunk of money in a bank account or you can have a chunk of money in a property. And there's lots of ways to utilize a property that you can't use a bank account in cash flow that you're getting every month, or the equity going up, gain appreciation, but also having that flexibility of, hey, you need somewhere to stay, I actually can help with that because I have this option, or if something falls apart with other situations, you have something that you can fall back on. So it's true, it's a really cool thing. Are there any other things that come to mind about buying a home, whether it's a first one or just dreams in general that like get you excited about real estate?
There are definitely things that get me excited about real estate. I think one is the financial freedom, but two, really more is, especially as a young professional, I think a lot of people kind of have that on their list, like buy a house, buy a nice car, and I think the idea, especially in the American society, the idea of like once I've got this house, it's like, okay, I've figured myself out. Like you're like, I'm here, I'm done. Yeah. So that's definitely something that's exciting. But I think for me personally, what's most exciting about a house is thinking about how my family has progressed. Like my dad didn't buy his first house until he was about 40 years old. So it's like, wow, if I bought a house, I would be progressing my family. Like my grandfather, all he could build was like a mud house. So it's like, wow, in 2 generations, we were going from an 80-year-old man who was living in a mud house to a 40-year man buying a house to like however old I will be when I buy my first house. Like that's just looking at generation, like getting better and better.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I love that vision for legacy of you're standing on the shoulders of your dad, you're standing on the shoulders of his dad, and your kids will get to stand on whatever you accomplish. And I love having that vision for legacy. Thank you so much for joining. Like and subscribe for more interviews with friends. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to connect with you.